Hi, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be focusing on anatomy. I told you in my previous video that I failed anatomy during my first attempt. So I had to resit anatomy and pass it in order to move forward to 400 level. And if I failed it, that was my second attempt, and that means I'll be left with just one attempt. And this one attempt means that I'll have to write biochemistry, I'll have to write physiology, and write anatomy. And I was supposed to pass all of them in one sitting. If not, I have to drop out of medical school. And so I literally put in my very best. So I'm going to tell you everything that I did, that I entered my exams hall. Like, I literally predicted questions that came out. My OBJ went smooth, my essay went smooth, my histology slides went smooth, everything went smooth down to my Viva exams. I really really blasted. And when I saw my results, I saw pass. Yay. So finally, I was so happy. Like, for 1 week, I was so happy. I was so thankful. I was so filled with happiness. I would literally go back each time to check my the results just to see that pass. And like I said, anatomy, resitting anatomy or failing anatomy and resitting it changed my life for the good. So it helped awaken the old Antonia that used to exist, the old Antonia that I know, the old Antonia that I thought was gone. So this is how I did it. So first of all, I told you in my last video that I didn't set a goal for my first MBBS. But for the second time, when I failed anatomy, I set a very big goal, a very huge goal for myself. And what was that goal? My goal was to score 100 over 100 in my anatomy exams. And if you want to score 100 over 100, do you know what that means? Do you know what setting a goal does to you? Do you know what it did to me? It set me up for success. It literally kept me on my toes. I want to have every single question correct. Do you know what that means? You can't miss anything, you can't miss any details. And so I put in the work. After doing that, I classified all the topics I had in anatomy: upper limb, thorax. This is how I did it: upper limb, thorax, then lower limb, abdomen, pelvis, head and neck, neuroanatomy, then histology and embryo. Histology and embryo, I just studied those ones for important organs. So that's how I divided my topics. Then I now brought out all the scheme of work we used. I wrote down every topic under, okay, let me say every subtopic. Under upper limb, I wrote everything I need to study under upper limb. I wrote every single thing I need to study under lower limb. I did it that way. I bought a new exercise book for each of them. I went as far as asking my friend, can you tell me how you were able to pass anatomy? My friend told me. I didn't read textbook, I used videos, and that changed my life. You know why? When I got into medical school 200 level, they were telling us buy Vishram textbook, buy Cherusia, buy, what's the name of the other one? I bought those textbooks and they were not helping my life. I couldn't understand them. I was busy listening to senior colleagues instead of finding what works for me. And that advice from my friend actually changed my anatomy, my academic life as regards to anatomy. So I stopped reading textbooks. What I would do is pick a topic. He also My friend also told me that I should use ChatGPT as well to set questions for me. So this is what I did. After setting my goals, putting down all the questions, I will just pick out a topic. Then I will go to YouTube and type, for example, upper limb. If I want to learn the bones, I will go and type upper limb bones. The channel that really helped me is Adele Bondok. Kudos to you. Thank you so much, sir. That was the channel that elevated my journey. It transformed my journey from this to this. It made my life simpler. So my advice to you is that you should find what works best for you. Is it reading textbooks that work for you? Is it attending lectures that work for you? Is it watching videos that work for you? Find out what works for you. Is it group study? Group study doesn't work for me, I know that. and I don't do that. Is that what works for you? Do it. Group study only works for me when I'm fully prepared. A morning to exams, that's when group study works for me to refresh my memory. Apart from that, I don't do group study. So I this visiting my exams helped me to go back to my habit of setting goals. Number one, it helped me go back to my habit of planning because I wrote down everything. I wrote actionable plans. I wrote down the timeline I needed. I had just November, December, January, and a few weeks in February to prepare for the exam. So I divided my time. I told myself I will finish upper limb, I will finish thorax within this month, I'll finish this within this week. I divided it that way and I followed through, and I literally went over each topics. I went them over and over again, up to 4 times before my exams. And I won't lie to you, even if I was studying, I still had anxiety in me. I still had fear in me. On some nights, maybe when I tried to ask myself questions and I forgot something, geez, I would beat myself up so much. I would cry. I would be like, is this how I'm going to pass? Am I sure that I'm really going to pass if I can't even remember this? Honestly, I think that is what every medical student faces: reading, forgetting, reading again and forgetting. But I assure you, even if it seems like you are forgetting, read. On the day of your exams, you will not know it, but everything you read has been stored up here, and on the day of your exams is going to come. So the next advice I'm going to give you is ensure that you are fully prepared. Like, don't say they will not ask question from here. My dear, they will ask question from there. Read it. So I was really prepared. And then the last thing is that in UNEC we usually have classes before exams. My advice to you, take that class seriously. We had 1 week class before exams. Do you know what that class is going to do for you? For example, upper limb. The lecturer that revises upper limb with you is the lecturer that is taking questions from upper limb. So attending his class is like he's revising with you. He's literally spinning how his exams is going, how he's going to say this OBJ, likely questions of essay. They will not really come and tell you, oh, read this, so this is what is going to come out. But you might be lucky, lecturer will just come. Like for our thorax, the lecturer just came and was like, read lungs, read mediastinum, read pleura, read pericardium. Just focus on this. But you can also read heart too. But know that if you are going to be seeing essay from thorax, it's coming from these topics, and number one question was mediastinum. And some of my classmates didn't attend the class and they didn't ask how far, and they saw the question and some of them could not answer the question. So you see how important it is to attend that class as a unique student. That class that is going to hold for 1 week before your exam starts. Please don't miss it. Don't say my friend is going to tell me what. Attend it for yourself and hear by yourself and jot down important points by yourself. After going through our result, I can tell you that most of the people that failed are people that didn't attend that class. So attending that class was like a refresher for me. It helped me revise every important topic. And then the next advice I'm going to give you is read your past questions. Read your past questions. Read your past questions. Check your past questions. Every question that you'll be seeing in your essay has already been asked before. Read your past question. Just that in UNEC they usually bring out, in anatomy especially, they will bring out one weird question. For example, sole of the foot. I don't think they've asked that before, but they asked us tongue. Tongue is a question they asked our senior colleagues. And I remember before the exams, I told my friend, what if they asked us tongue? A day to the exams and they asked us tongue. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing. So that was what worked for me. And our mock exams, should they repeated past questions. Like that's why I said read your past questions. Past questions is gold for both anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology. In fact, physiology, they just pack past question and give you. Now let's talk about physiology. Physiology and biochemistry, the only advice I will give you, don't watch any YouTube videos, don't read any textbook, it's not going to help you. Go and print out all your lecturers materials and read them from top to bottom. Every single question you will be asked is from your lecturers slides. Read your slides, don't bother watching videos, don't bother watching anything, don't bother reading your textbook. This I'm telling you is for University of Nigeria Enugu campus. I don't know how they do it for Nnamdi Azikiwe University or UNIO or UNIJOS or Abuja or any other. Any advice I'm giving you was for University of Nigeria Enugu campus most especially. So I'm giving you important insights that you have to do as a human being. When you have made your plan, make your plan. Your plan should be, I want to score 100 over 100 in anatomy. I want to score 100 over 100 in physiology. I want to score 100 over 100 in biochemistry. That is your goal. That should be your target. Do you know why I say that should be your target? If you don't score 100, you will fall around 90. If you can't reach 90, you will fall around 80. But if you set goal like me, like I did in my previous exam, that I just want to have 50 and pass, my dear, if you can't reach 50, just like what happened to me in anatomy, you will fall at 45. And if the cutoff mark is 49, you are failed. So set a big goal, the biggest goal ever, 100 over 100. That should be your target, that should be your goal. Then the next thing you should do, the second thing you should do is what? Write down all the topics. When you've written down all the topics, read each and every topic, don't leave any topic. Even if you don't understand it, just read. I'm telling you, you will forget. Just be reading, just be revising. What you are trying to do here is you are trying to you are trying, let me just say, you are telling God that I'm doing my best as a human being, because you are a human being. My dear, you cannot read everything. Like our lecturer says, you can't know everything. Just read the important things. Check your past questions. For example, me, I don't really like veins. I don't really like reading about veins, lymph drainage, arteries, all those arterial supply. Those are not my things. So what do? I go to past questions, I check. How did they ask questions relating to veins, artery? How did they ask essay questions? How did they write ask OBJ questions related to those topics? When I check, I see how they ask it. The next thing I do is I read that way. I follow the pattern. I read according to how they ask questions. I read according to how they ask OBJ. I read according to how they ask my essay. Watch videos if you need it. Read your textbooks if you can understand. Find out what works best for you as regards reading. So that's the third step. You've dissected everything. The last step I will tell you is study your past questions. I keep hammering this, study your past questions, because you might enter the exam hall on the day of your main. Question number 1 to question number 70 might be past questions. In fact, number 1 to the end might be past questions. Like, that's literally what happened to me in mock. I saw past questions and I was literally smiling. So I wouldn't even have to read to the end. I already know the answers because I had revised, I had read over and over and over again. Even if it seems like you are forgetting, cry. When you finish crying, you wipe your tears, go back, read it. It's not going to be easy. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be sweet. But just tell yourself, I don't know just remind yourself that, paint a picture of you as a doctor with your word coat and your stethoscope. Imagine that image in your head. How do you feel? You feel happy, ba? Always put that image in your head. That's what you want to be. Like me now, I have a video of a senior colleagues that graduated. This video that shows them these final year videos they usually do. Every time I feel like giving up, I feel tired, I will just go back and watch those videos and they will help me. Don't give up. Like, don't give up until it's over. You wrote first test and it's looking bad, don't give up. The second test, you wrote second test and it's still not doing well, don't give up. There's still third test, don't give up till the very end. Now the final step is this step is very important, the God factor. Like, God will pick up a little pinch of effort that you've made and he will explode the effort for you. and you see how you come out passing. Like I literally placed February before I started. We started mock ending of February. Throughout February, if you're a Catholic, if you're a Catholic, even if you're not a Catholic, don't joke with thank you Jesus rosary. I did thank you Jesus throughout the month of February before my exams. What am I doing? You are praying for yourself and building confidence. I was thanking God, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus that I have passed my exams, thank you Jesus that I'm in 400 level, thank you Jesus Christ that I have, that's what I did. Then kudos to a mother of perpetual help. A week, 9 days before the start of my exams, I did novena to Our Lady of Perpetual Help. I'm so thankful to FECAMS. FECAMS introduced that novena for me, and throughout the time I used it 100 level. In 100 level, yeah, it never failed me. I never failed any course in 100 level, but 200 level, 300 level, I kind of left, or should I say, because of the distance between my house and the school, I couldn't attend FECAMS anymore. But then I took that seriously during my preparation for my mock, and boy did that give me confidence. Yeah, it did. During the exam hall, I'll be like, mother of perpetual help, is me and you in this exam, so I've read though, I've done my part though, please come through for me, don't fail me. And she didn't fail me. God didn't fail me. I had put in my work, I had put in my little effort, and God crowned it with success. So in medical school, you read, you study as if your passing depends on studying. You pray as if your passing depends on prayer. This is how it works in medical school. This is God. This is your effort. And when they jam together, success. So I believe if you follow all the tips I've shared with you so far, that you won't have any issue passing your second MBBS. Thank you for watching up to this moment. If you have any questions concerning second MBBS, or if you need tips or anything you need, especially if you are in University of Nigeria Enugu campus, then you have to drop a comment in my comment section and I'll reply you. If you have any questions regarding studying medical rehabilitation in University of Nigeria Enugu campus, drop it in this comment section as well. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to answer you. If I need to do a video, I'll do a video for you. I'll see you in my next video, where I'll be talking about everything you need to know about studying medical rehabilitation in University of Nigeria Enugu campus. Thank you. Bye.